and there is something undeniably happening. And I think most of the growth, this isn't a radical thing to say, it's backed up by a lot of data, over the coming years is not going to come from traditional markets like Europe and North America. It is going to come from the Middle East. It is already coming from the Middle East. I think there's a growing insecurity in the West. I think sometimes the reaction in the West, sometimes in the United States, crying that their national security is under threat when it's just entirely obvious that they're being out-innovated in sector after sector by, in some cases, Chinese companies and sometimes companies from elsewhere in the world. The US and Europe finds it difficult when companies from elsewhere in the world are beginning to outcompete them. Being in the Middle East, being in Qatar, bringing Web Summit here, incredibly exciting, because I think it's not about creating a regional event to bring entrepreneurs and investors from the region together. It's about bringing the rest of the world to Qatar, to the Middle East, and showing them that this is an incredibly important market. There's an enormous amount happening, both geopolitically but also economically, and you can't not be here. You have to be here, and you should be here playing by the same rules as everybody else. The job of Web Summit is not to put on stage the status quo of today, the CEOs of the big blue chip companies. In the words of the Atlantic, people go to Web Summit to discover the future. And it's where the future goes to be born. When you bring 70,000 people together, many of them entrepreneurs who don't take no for an answer, it's a kind of frenetic and incredibly exciting and crazy atmosphere. Plan is to create, hopefully over time, one of the most important global gatherings in the Middle East. It's not a regional event. We'll be bringing attendees from all over the world, from Nigeria, from Japan, from Brazil, from Canada. It will be an opportunity for them to meet with the best companies, the best startups, the best fast-growing companies, and for Qatar to show the world that there's an incredible amount happening in entrepreneurship. For 50 years, technology and advances within technology, be it semiconductors or computers themselves, was driven very much by the United States, in particular Silicon Valley, to a lesser degree Boston. I think over the coming decade, China in particular will dominate technology in a way that's almost difficult to appreciate at this point. I think AI is very real. I just think with every wave of new exciting technology or an evolution within a particular field of technology, the hype sometimes can get out of hand. But I just don't think that we're about to lose all of our jobs and that unemployment will be a systemic consequence of AI. About 5 years ago, there was much hype around robots, and that robots, robo-taxis, robo-everything were going to replace jobs. But very often it's down to us as a society to choose what we wish to apply or what direction we wish to push these technologies.